I'm calling myself out. I'm calling myself out right now because why did I not take these 2 days off of work before I leave to Mexico? Why did I allow myself to work today and feel this exhausted? I was not thinking. And let me tell you something. I had to look up when I wrote my resignation letter. I wrote my resignation letter December 30th. Dated for January 9th, and I have overstayed my welcome. Now, I rewrote my dates recently based off of my travels and preparing for this time away to relax and enjoy and decompress and celebrate life and celebrate my best friend of 25 years. I'm so excited to just have this time. I've never been to Tulum, so this was planned since like probably October. Honestly, I think she told me right after I lost my job. But it wasn't a big deal because I had my emergency fund. And so it wasn't a big deal because that's my best friend and I'm going to be there. But today I was tired. I worked when I shouldn't have. I regretted it. And my energy felt low before I got on here to record this video. And I said, you know what? I got to call myself out and I got to talk about this because I 1000% even got to the point today. I told my mom this in the kitchen. I said, you know what? I looked up what one loan can I take out and pay right back in the next 5 months to give me my time back. You know how desperate somebody has to be to do that? To purposely and willingly take out a loan? One of y'all in the comments had mentioned about a job that you left high paying to do something. So it was maybe like something working at a floral shop or a bakery or something. But let me tell you, when I read that, I felt that in my soul because it wasn't just going from this corporate job to a more homemaker role. It's the fact that I'm going from stress to peace and ease, no matter what the cost is. That's what I felt. And today when I worked and I had to run an errand, that's one thing when you are on short time and you don't get off of work in time to be able to do other things before other places close, like the library or the post office. So I had to run an errand before I left for my trip. And when I tell you, driving back home, I was like, chat, what loan can I take out? Like baby loan can I take out to just get me by for a few months? Because I'm there. That is where I'm at. I'm 100% there. And I did a poll the other day. I asked y'all, what's keeping you in a soul-sucking job? 40% of you said money because the bills don't care about dreams. And I felt that. But what I'm noticing is we do stay for money, hence me. I'm guilty, right? When I realized like, yo, you wrote this December 30th. You wrote this resignation letter 2 weeks after you started the job. You wrote this resignation letter. And you've overextended your welcome because you thought you could get a few more weeks in before your birthday and then just coast. We'll stay for that, but staying costs us the energy that we need to build the exit. Because when I tell you today, I had been thinking about what I wanted to talk about today all day. And I knew exactly what I wanted to talk about once I got to Mexico. But today, by the time I closed that laptop shut and logged off of the computer and sat down, I fell asleep for like a few hours because my body and my mind and my words were like getting tongue-tied and twisted and just exhausted. And after coming off of such a beautiful day yesterday of hanging out with my dad, we were by the water, watching the guys ice fish, really staring at their tents because you can't see them outside ice fishing. And just enjoying the coffee shop and just the beauty of the day itself after coming off of one of the smoothest, coziest, restful weekends that I brought y'all along the journey with me. To feel like this today and I didn't even do much, but it was just what I had to do, I'm done, bro. I'm done. I'm so good. Like, it costs us the energy we need to build the exit, because I started working on a few other pieces of my membership. I started working on the exit strategy workbook that I've been doing the work for it myself. I started off so strong. And then it's like, where's my energy? Where's the time? 8:46? Like, how is it 8:46? It's not worth it. It's not worth it. And you have to know what your levels are, right? You have to know what your leap is, what your number is, what your comfort is, right? And I'm saying this as a woman moving mindfully because I do support my parents to a capacity as a caregiver in a sense. And of course, myself, and I've worked really hard to pay off debts and try to minimize my expenses, especially when I was bouncing back after the whole cancer thing, because cancer, unfortunately, you don't blow up and become this rich, wealthy person after you go through the diagnosis. So it's like, it's a rebuild, and so I'm mindful when I'm making moves that can feel abrupt, that can feel like a leap, that can feel like no safety net, like you just free falling. I'm aware of that, but I'm aware of it to the extent where today I felt exhausted. I'm still showing up for this video. I'm still committed to coming on here every single day. I'm calling myself out because I got to be honest. My goal isn't to show up perfect, it's to show up honest. And feeling the feels that I'm feeling right now, even from my decision of extending my stay, it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it to me. It's not worth it at all. I would much rather, honey, I would go work at the public library at this point to just have a minute. Just have a minute, because you don't know what that minute can do. You don't know how that minute can take off. You don't know how that minute can excel you. You don't know how beneficial it is when you got a clear mind, when you can be creative, when you can be free, when you can think, when you're not rushing and pressured on other people's time, and you're not drained and depleted from other people. When you just have a minute, sometimes people just need a minute. And I'm not saying a literal minute. Y'all know what I'm saying when I mean minute. Like minute as in like, sit down, like, whoa, like minute can be sabbatical, minute can be a hard pause, minute can be a week, minute can be a month. Sometimes people just need a minute. And that is how I'm feeling, like I need a minute. And I know what could come about in that minute. Me being my most flourished, most free, most creative self, like just the space to have the energy, the space to like breathe. These deep sighs be so real. So Mexico, I think for me, isn't just, girl, where's my coffee? Oh, here it is. Hold on. So Mexico for me isn't just sorry, y'all. It's not just a reward, even though it feels like it, because it's a girls trip and we're going for my best friend's bachelorette party. But I think it's going to be a bit of a test. I think it's going to be a test. Can I pause before I'm forced to pause? Because I didn't give my resignation letter the moment that I wrote it. I gave myself a couple more weeks after, because I realized that mindful preparedness was trying to kick in, right? I knew it wouldn't be much longer, but I think I've given myself more than what I can give myself, if that makes sense. And I can't give anymore. Just really can't. And Mexico, I think is going to be the little bit of quiet and getaway that I need. I think it's going to help me rest, help me build a little bit, change my scenery, get new wave of creativity, a new wave of excitement, because I've been thinking and dreaming more and more about life abroad and travel. I was talking to my girlfriend this morning on the phone. She called me early on her way the business, and we were talking about going to Thailand this year. And you got those one friends where it's like, you could call them and they're down. They're available, they're down, and they're like, yeah, she's like, what month you thinking? I'm thinking maybe we can do May or June. And, I was like, yeah, that's my girl. We haven't traveled like that together, but I know we'll travel well together. And just thinking about the excitement of that, thinking about what I'm preparing myself for this year in preparation for next year, and how I plan to take months off next year. And I just want to travel. Just thinking about all of those things excite me. And it just sucks when you don't have the energy you need to pour into what you want to do, because it's been drained by your job, by the day, by the people that you had to deal with or interact with, by the lackluster comments or support that you would sometimes get from other people, by other people's projections and frustrations on you, by having to be micromanaged, like all of those things. It's just, and then you're trying to build your exit. You got to fight. You got to fight to build this. You got to fight to make it happen. It's a fight. And sometimes it may look like taking out the loan. It may look like hustling on the side on the weekends to save some extra. It may look like early nights. What do they call it? Early mornings, late night. What was it? Late nights, early mornings. That's that Wale era. Sometimes it may look like that. Sometimes it may look like just leaving the 6-figure job, leaving the $90,000 a year job to literally go work at a bakery, to go work at a mom and pop shop, to go open up a bookstore. It may look like that. This is the crazy thing about this thing. Like, there's no perfect way to do this. There's no one way to do this. It's only the way that aligns and feels true to you. There's some things to think about when you're planning your exit strategy, for sure. And I can't wait to share more of that with you and go a little bit deeper. There's definitely some things to think about, right? Because I've shared this before. It's not just getting out of this job. It's eliminating the pattern and being able to open up the grand door that you really want, right? That door that is elevating your chosen life. That door that is giving you the space and the flow for your chosen life. It's not repeating these same cycles. It's not applying for these same type of jobs again. It's not being in these same type of environments anymore. We're not. No, we're not. So I really want you to understand the cost of those decisions, the emotional cost, the taxation, all of that, right? And everything that I'm saying to you, I have to check myself about. Everything that I am putting in this exit strategy workbook is literally everything that I had to sit on and marinate on. I mean, yeah, it's deep. It's deep. Yeah, because waiting until after you've transitioned, waiting until after you've depleted out, waiting until after it's drained you, waiting until after, oh, she kicked me. Just the waiting until after, that serves nobody. That quite literally serves nobody but them. Don't wait until after you're burnt out, until after you're frazzled, until after you've taken a sabbatical. I think that's what Mexico is going to remind me. It's not a waiting until after. It's a do it now. Because waiting until after means you start the next thing depleted. Girl, why didn't I take these 2 days off of work before leaving for this trip? Why? It's actually not too late. I still got another 24 hours because guess what? I don't want to start the trip depleted. I have a 4-hour flight. I want to be excited. I want to be relaxed. I want to be at ease. And I was. And I still am. I'm still claiming that for myself. I just am operating in the very realistic reality of flow and feeling that I have right now. Y'all. Well, I'm excited for this, I guess, new series to come, if you will. I am excited. I just thank y'all for being here. I'm excited. I'm excited for us and to look back on these moments and these videos and these like mini feels and just really be able to say like, yo, we that was a time. Ooh, that was a time. That was a time last night. Like that was a time. And to just thank God that you are out of it and you're so far removed from it. And to thank God for the leap in trusting yourself, whatever that needs to look like for you. Whatever that needs to look like for you. Okay. Thank you for coming to episode 356 of my Work Life TED Talk. If you are new here, welcome. I hope you stay a while. I am Renee. I create daily conversations that bring you home to yourself, that give you permission to choose yourself over and over and over again, because we are people that are what? Somebody drop it in the comments. We are self-loyal. We do not self-abandon. And I appreciate y'all holding space for my moment of honesty when I had to check myself and correct myself. Because girl, were you true to yourself today? That's a word. Like literally sit and ask yourself, girl, were you true to yourself today? Bro, were you true to yourself today? Were you true to yourself today? That needs to be your journal this evening, your journal session. Were you true to yourself today? I even ordered a new journal for this trip and it arrives tomorrow. So you know it's real. This is about to be the journal of all journals. Y'all know we always say that. We've 14 journals in. This the one. This is that new energy. It really is the one though, because my old one, I have like 4 pages left. So it's time for a new one. And I said, you know what? What better way than to have a new journal in Mexico with a new scenery, a new environment, a beautiful space to relax and frolic in and not worry about cares and responsibilities for the next couple days. I think that's a good plan. All right, family. Until next time, take care and I'll talk to you later. Peace out.